The following program was paid for by Latino Cleveland.
This program was made possible by Global Cleveland, supporting the growth of Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community.
Este programa es hecho gracias a Global Cleveland, respaldando el crecimiento de la comunidad hispana en el noreste de Ohio.
Hola, mi gentes, and welcome back to another episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I'm Myra Rosario, your host, and I am so thankful you could join us for this afternoon for our Thanksgiving special. We have a great show planned for you today, so you want to make sure you stick around. We will be revisiting one of our most requested segments. We have another episode of Ideal Home Healthcare's mini-series to share with you, featuring a local family, the Caraballos. And in preparation for the coming week's festivities, we will be discussing Thanksgiving done Latino style. We will also be in the kitchen with Cocina Latina preparing an important part of the holiday dinner with a little Latin flair. But first, joining us this morning from Northeast Ohio Medical University, our educational sponsor is Myra Knauss. Right? A medical student of NEOMED. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, welcome back. You stopped in this past spring, right?
Yeah.
So can you share with our audience what a Latino student, what it's like in NEOMED to be a Latina student?
So actually, I'm one of very few Latina students at NEOMED. I can count on one hand how many there are. But I feel like that gives me a lot of opportunities and, a little challenges. But one of the things that we do at NEOMED to kind of encourage, the medical students and the pharmacy students to interact better with the Latino community is we have a medical Spanish class. So this is the first year we're having it. It's just a little trial run. So we have about 30 people that meet once a week. We learn all the important terminology relating to the body and to healthcare, questions to ask when you're interviewing a patient, and how to answer them when they ask you questions.
So of these 30 students, are they all Spanish speaking, or are they learning to speak the Spanish language?
So some of them are actually very fluent. A lot of them have done, missions trips. I know one of my friends was, he did a 2-year missions trip in Guatemala, so he's very fluent. Some of us, like myself, my Spanish is a little bit rusty because I haven't been home, to speak it. But everyone has a background of Spanish, so we can speak it, pretty decent. And
that's a very unique program. So what kind of impact do you think having Latino Spanish-speaking doctors could make to the Latino community?
I think it'll have a huge impact. Right now, only 3 to 5% of all the physicians in the United States are Hispanic, so you can see the huge disparity. And I think when you go to the doctor's office, you're not necessarily, happy to be going. You're sick, or you're worried that something's going on. And so having someone who understands your culture, understands your language, and can just relate to you on a more personal level, that's something that you're more comfortable with having a Latino physician.
Is that why you chose this career path?
Yeah, that's definitely one thing. I feel like I'm proud. I'm Belizean. My mom's from Belize, so I'm proud to have that heritage. Personally, I know, I wanted to be a doctor since I was 3.
Nice.
But one of the things that, one of the things we want to do is to say, hey, to all the high schoolers, all the middle schoolers, and even the elementary schoolers, if if you're interested in science, if you think it's kind of cool, you should definitely consider the career of, being a doctor or any other medical career. Right,
that's wonderful. I want to share with our audience information about NEOMED. To learn more about any medical profession, you can visit NEOMED, which is NEOMED.edu. Maria, thank you so much for joining us today. A true inspiration and great work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Yo Soy Latino Cleveland and another episode of Ideal Home Healthcare's mini-series right after this. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. When a loved one is faced with a health emergency, it can be a very scary and uncertain time for the entire family, as Lillian Caraballo found out when her father Hector was rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, Ideal Home Healthcare was there to help her in this time of need. Let's take a look.
Yeah, when I got that call at 3 o'clock in the morning, actually, he said he wasn't feeling well. And I was like, what's going on? He goes, I'm not feeling well. My heart is racing. I can't breathe. And I said, okay, Papi, I'm going to call 911. Just hang in there. And I did. I called from here. And sure enough, they picked him up right away. And that's when he was admitted. I was afraid of losing him. I already lost my mom. When he got to Metro Hospital, he was very weak. Turned out that he was bleeding internally. And he also has high blood pressure, so they weren't sure exactly what was going on until they did an ultrasound, and that's when they found the bleeding. Once he got a little better, they wanted to send him to a nursing home. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to either go home or come here, to my home. And we did. We brought him home after that. When the nurses came in, they were so wonderful. I mean, they're beautiful. They're very caring. And they know how to explain everything because I had so many questions, and they were there to answer. Thank God to Ideal Home Healthcare. I learned a lot. I'm blessed. I'm still blessed to have him, to be able to care for him. I cared for my mom when she was with hospice. She died in my arms, but I cared for her to the end, and I would do the same for my dad. He would not go to no nursing home. Not while I'm around.
Stick around. When we return, Angelisaac will be in studio to share with us the top 10 ways you know that you're at a Latino Thanksgiving. Lots of laughs right after this. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. And with us to discuss Thanksgiving done Latino style is my friend, comedian Angelisaac.
Hello.
Welcome back.
How's everything?
Good.
Excited to be back.
You know what? So take us there. Tell us about our Latino Thanksgiving.
Okay, got a roster here of the top 10 things that you know when you're in a Latino home Thanksgiving. So first of all, there'll be pernil. So pretty much turkeys love us because a lot of us don't cook turkey. We've picked up the tradition, so we do cook turkey, but it's pretty much pulled pork. Yeah. You know, so and you can make sandwiches out of it, and people mix it with the rice, you name it. So
side of pork.
That side of pork, we love it. So especially when abuela says, "Come get some." Yeah. Your mother says to be there by 3. Food's usually not ready by like 6 or 7. So you're like the first one there, and your brothers and sisters already know because they're hip to it. I'm the baby boy.
Man,
so,
I'm not going to lie. Sometimes 9 o'clock.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I mean, but the rice is done first.
Yes.
The rice is done first, and you're staring at it like.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Right?
No, because you'll get the spoon.
All right.
Get a chancleta to the face.
Right.
You're outside hanging with your cousins or elsewhere, wherever you're at, and it gets quiet. So you know the food's served. The food's being served because it's loud. Everybody's loud. And we don't got those little triangle bells. We don't call people home to eat. Everybody's trying to get in first. So that's another way, you know. Rice and beans, mashed potatoes.
Right.
You got to have the rice and beans.
You got to have some rice and beans.
You know that.
Yes.
So that's another way you know. You'll smell it. Like I said, rice and beans done first. Cooks faster. So then you got the pernil, which is next. Okay. So that's another.
So what is that, number 7?
That is number 7. We're on number 7 right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Number 6.
You also have your typical dessert, which is flan. Or you might even have arroz con dulce. Yes. You might have some of that. So you never know.
So instead of pumpkin pie, we got flan?
We got flan. We some of us will do pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin flan.
It's pumpkin flan, pumpkin pie, you name it. They're starting to make pizza pastelillos.
Pizza pastelillos.
They mixing it up
they
now.
Do make that. Okay.
We created. You never know. You can put anything in there. Just stuff it. You know. Be careful with the wedding ring. There's at least 10 women in the kitchen. It only fits 5.
Okay. All right. So number 5, 10 women in the kitchen with room for what? 2?
There's 10 women in the kitchen. There's only room for 5. And they bonchinchando all night.
Yes.
Pretty much. Like, Jeringosa. That's Spanish pig Latin. Nice. They'll be going off with that.
Oh,
so,
no.
You know
Spanish pig Latin.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Normally, some of us may play football, but chances are we're playing dominoes.
Yes.
We're playing dominoes.
Right.
We're rocking to salsa music. We're getting the calories going before we even put them in.
Nice.
So that's another way. That's number 4.
Yeah. Do you play dominoes?
I do.
Okay.
You let me know.
All right.
Some copy.
I got you.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Let's do it.
Not right now, but.
Yeah. Typically, big family at the table. Right here, number 3, we have 40 persons tables, people at the table. So it depends.
40 people
it depends.
at one table.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. Like we might.
So if it was this table, we'd have about 12 people.
Chances are, we have like everybody sitting down around it, and then another set standing behind them, like just reaching over probably.
Third cousins, their 4 kids.
Fourth cousin, twice removed
The
with
neighbors,
their 3, 4, 5 kids.
right?
Yeah, we'll invite the neighbors.
Right.
Chances are we became family. We befriended them with their family.
Absolutely.
Okay, just come over.
So where are we at? Number 2?
Number 2.
Okay.
Let's break out the coquito.
The coquito. I know. People think New Year's and Christmas. Nope.
No. I mean, there's people that make it all year round.
Yeah.
And people are making them now with peanut butter, chocolate.
Yeah.
They're getting creative with this thing.
I ain't gonna lie, my family, we do pina coladas with like half a bottle of Bacardi.
Nice. They're even making it with sangria. Like
Yeah,
sangria is like
Yeah.
becoming very popular with that now.
True. Okay,
And
number 1.
Number 1, last but not least, the most obvious, which is dancing.
I know.
We're dancing. We're cranking up the music. The police are
dance?
getting called. No, I'm just kidding. But that's why we invite the neighbors. Hey, just come on over.
Little parranda, little dancing.
Little parranda, little dancing,
All
and
right.
we're burning off the calories that we just put in.
Nice. So that's Thanksgiving Latino style. So if people want to get a hold of Angel Isaac, they can visit his website at angelisaccomedy.com, right?
Yes.
Or Facebook, Angel Isaac, of course. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I'll be calling you for Christmas, New Year's, April Fools.
Let's start.
We have to have this guy back for April Fools.
We'll do a live paranda. So
there we go. When we return, we will be visiting one of our most requested segments of 2015. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Earlier this year, I had a chance to visit with SwiftTrees to learn more about tree safety. And this time of year, when those weak trees or tree branches may pose a danger to you and your family, so wanted to check them out again. So we're going to revisit this very important message with Nefti of SwiftTrees. Hi, I'm Myra Rosario with Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. So not only is it the time of year to think about beautifying your yard, but it's also the time of year to think about keeping your yard safe and your family safe. So I'm here today with Ali Munoz from SwiftTrees, a dear friend of mine.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
What are you doing?
Helping this lady out with this tree.
Yeah?
She got a rotted out tree here. It's totally dead, and she's afraid it's gonna fall on her house. So we're gonna help her.
What's the likelihood this tree would fall on her house?
In Cleveland, the way our weather is, tomorrow.
Really?
Could be. I mean, I could put my hand all the way inside of this branch, almost through it. You see it?
Yeah.
So there's nothing holding this branch up, you know. So yeah, I mean, a good wind could crack this thing down, break her wires, fall on her house.
Wow.
And then she's got more problems then.
So what other type of reasons would anyone cut their tree down?
A lot of times birds can't even fly through trees because there's so many branches. Sometimes it's really good to kind of just refreshen a tree by just giving it a fresh trim. You want to clean up the insides so airflow can get through it. Birds can flow through it. A lot of times it's better for the tree. The vitamins that the tree lets out goes to the proper places when there's less dead wood on it.
Right.
So.
Do you mean like oxygen and that type of thing?
Just in general. If this tree's been working on supplementing this branch here, but this branch is dead. So if it wasn't here, it could be using that energy to maybe flourish something else.
Right.
You know.
So what are some of the services that SwiftTrees? Did I say that right?
Yes.
What do you guys do?
We do tree trimming, pruning. We also remove trees. We do stump grinding. So once we're done with the whole tree, we'll flush the tree and we'll come with a grinder and we'll grind the whole bottom part of the tree, which are like the roots and the stump. This way the customer can plant a new tree.
Right. So how high can you go? How high can you go?
I've been 120 feet.
120
That's the highest.
feet. Wow. So you get rid of all the debris and everything, right?
Yeah, we make sure before we leave, we don't get paid until the customer's fully satisfied. So we rake up, we blow everything out. We make sure they're happy, and if they're happy, then we're happy.
Cool. So you have a good Latino clientele?
I do. I was born and raised on the west side of Cleveland. I went to Lincoln West, so I know a lot of the west side community, and they tend to be giving me a call.
Yeah. You speak Spanish?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think it's great what you do, and it's so brave.
It's
What's
a
up? Are you going
day.
to show me something? You're going to get me up there? Kind of?
We'll see if we do something.
All right. Well,
Yep.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
and
coming by.
It's great and incredible what you do, and stay safe.
Appreciate
this
it.
spring, summer, winter. And thank you again for being with us. Okay. And when we get back, there'll be more Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. And if you'd like to learn more about Swift Trees, you can log on to latinocleveland.com and make sure you stay tuned for more Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I am excited to be here in the kitchen preparing a feast with my good friend, Chef Jose Melendez. How are you?
Great, honored to be here and very excited actually. I mean, anything that has to do with food gets me excited very fast. So.
You and me both. So Angel Isaac was in here to talk to us about Latino
Yes.
traditions and Latino food. So I see that you have some of that going on.
The
Share
only
with us.
thing that I missed was the pernil in every home, but I actually got something that is very traditional in Puerto Rico. Okay. As we all know, Puerto Rico has the longest holidays. It starts November, it doesn't end until like probably February. So actually I did a little bit of what we could see at a Puerto Rican home, like the arroz con gandules, which is always, in the menu. We have the pavo chon, which pavo chon is a Puerto Rican style marinated turkey. They actually marinate it just like if they were a pork. So it has that taste of the pernil.
So the way that the turkey is marinated.
Right.
Okay.
So, and I actually got a couple of the ingredients right in here, which I can go over real quick in a minute. Pasteles, we'll see it, in every home. And these are made out of yuca. So, so, and that's with our rice and beans, of course. Then here, we got escabeche, which is always in the Latino home as well. And that goes along with the ensalada de papa or potato salad. And desserts, tembleque.
Wait, real quick, because should share with our audience what exactly is in this.
Escabeche is actually green bananas and chicken gizzards. And there's a sauce made with olive oil and vinegar, onions, and it has a great taste to it, and everybody. That's a very popular dish
Is
in
it
our
served
culture.
Cold or hot?
Cold.
Cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people, some people like it hot, but cold is the way to go with it.
I've seen people stuff their turkey with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
we stuff everything with anything that we have, probably,
Right, exactly.
But it goes very well with the turkey as well. And in desserts, I have the flan, which is very popular. This one, actually, I make a guava sauce. That's a personal recipe. And as well, the tembleque, we actually have the traditional tembleque with some coconut flakes on the top.
Wait a minute. What is this right
That's
here?
coquito right there. That never, it's got to be in the family too.
Yes.
I have two in here. That's the traditional. And this one over here is the chocolate flavor. Coquito.
Chocolate flavor.
Just like Angel mentioned, we now have peanut butter, we have pistachios.
You're lucky I can't drink it and host the show at the same time.
We wish, right? And this turkey is actually stuffed with mofongo, which is the mashed plantains. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Actually, mashed plantains with garlic and olive oil. And I season it, of course, with garlic. The adobo, which is a mixture of like an onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, olive oil. We have the sour orange juice. We also have cilantro, sazon, and black pepper. And all you got to do in there is just blend it in, food processor or blender, and just give a good massage to the turkey. Leave it for about 3 hours in the oven, and believe me, you'll have a beautiful turkey.
Now, you started a catering business, right?
I did. It's Melendez Latin Grill. It's catering services. I have a website. You can see the menu in there. I do a lot of private parties, any events. Unfortunately, I don't have a restaurant yet, but that's coming soon, hopefully. But yeah, I'm available for any events that people, would like to hire us for something so beautiful like this.
Yes, this is incredible. Thank you so much. We're going to share your information. It's melendezlatingrill.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Melendez Latin Grill. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Going to grub. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short message. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for being a part of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland family. During this holiday especially, I am reminded of how grateful I am to our loyal viewers and our sponsors, and how very thankful I am to be a part of this amazing community. Remember, you can find us right here on WKYC Channel 3 every Friday at 12:30. And if you'd like to catch up on previous episodes, you can always check us out on LatinoCleveland.com. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for instant updates. I hope to see you next week for another great episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Until then, have a great week, mi gente, and happy Thanksgiving.